एक्सपेक्टेशंस को ज़्यादा थी नहीं, बट काफ़ी अच्छी निकली. Hi everyone, welcome to First Cut Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing Kalank. Set in pre-partition period, Kalank is the story of the definition of love, which some might consider as a kalank, while some might embrace with their arms open. ये तो हो गया overall crux of this film. But going on a deeper note, this film has a lot more to offer. Here comes a film about underlying lies, fragile egos, Hindu-Muslim clashes, forced samjhaute, hidden affairs, and the list goes on. So with 6 major characters, that too of varying complexity. And उसके ऊपर से तुम्हारे पास partition का भी angle है. There's a lot to handle and a lot could have gone wrong here. But Abhishek Varman has his hands stable. He knows what to give, how much importance in what dimension. So the biggest event of the film through the trailer, jo trailer mein you must have seen that Aditya Roy Kapoor is getting married to Alia. That event comes in the first 10 minutes and I was like, this is good script writing because I'm sure there's a lot coming ahead. And yeah, even after a runtime of about 2 hours and 48 minutes, you don't really lose interest because there's something or the other constantly coming at you. Some are pretty revelations, some are beautiful looking moments, some are some heavy, hefty dialogues. There's a lot going on and you would be completely engaged in the film. यार जब VFX करना है तो उसको या तो ढंग से करो या फिर करो ही मत. So there is this one scene that you must have seen in the trailer as well. Varun Dhawan is fighting with this particular bull. So that scene is a proper character establishment scene and it holds some amount of importance as well. And at the same time, it is meant to be काफी intense. पर इतना टट्टी VFX है कि you just lose all interest and you are left laughing at the intensity. Okay, since this film explores characters to a lot of length, I'd like to talk about all 6 characters in good amount of length without revealing much because there's a lot hidden, a lot. So first comes Zafar, played by Varun Dhawan. A काफी complex character. मतलब Varun Dhawan का I think अभी तक का the meatiest role that he has got, and he actually extracts a lot out of it, and that too काफी effortlessly. And हाँ बंदे ने body बनाई है तो there are a lot of shirtless moments of his. तो ठीक है. Second, I'd like to talk about Roop, played by Alia Bhatt. Now, Alia Bhatt has the maximum screen presence all through, and movie में जितना भी स्यापा हो रहा है is actually because of Alia Bhatt itself. But at the same time, there is some lack of complexity in her character, जिसकी वजह से after coming out of the film, she was one character जिसकी ज़्यादा कोई memory मुझे थी नहीं. Third, Aditya Roy Kapoor, playing Dev. Now, one of the most complex characters of the film, having one of the best moments of the film as well, having some wonderful dialogue and wonderful complexity of relationships with a number of people. Aditya Roy Kapoor explores the character really well. I think this is one character which was written for him. Fourth is Satya, played by Sonakshi Sinha. Now, that's kind of an extended cameo, I would say. It's not exactly a proper role. I wanted to see more of Sonakshi because she's really, really good in the role. And Satya is a very important character because she's going through a transition or going through a phase, an emotional breakdown, and at the same time, some kind of happiness. You'll know why. And that is a very interesting feeling which Sonakshi captures really well. I just wanted to see more of it. Fifth is Balraj, played by Sanjay Dutt. I won't say he has a lot of screen presence, and at the same time, the complexity of his character is pretty less. There are a few hidden truths and stuff related to him, and jitna bhi role hai, Sanjay Dutt pulls it off really well. Sixth is our goddess, Madhuri Dixit. She is effortless beyond words, and I really can't imagine anybody else playing that role with so much perfection. पहली बात तो there is that underlying grace that the character required, and उतना grace माधुरी दीक्षित के अलावा कोई ला ही नहीं सकता है. यार सारा का सारा setup is pre-independence 1940s or something, but बड़ा कुछ ना बड़ा modern सा लगता है, especially the dresses. मतलब आलिया भट्ट के जो blouses, her lehengas, everything are so pitch perfect. क्या सिले हुए, क्या embroidery, मतलब वाह. तुमने देखा होगा and you must have guessed by now that the surroundings are going to be beautiful, huge sets, Sanjay Leela Bhansali fields and stuff. Yeah, it's not as beautiful as what Sanjay Leela Bhansali does, but at the same time, these surroundings are able to lend themselves really well to the script. When the surroundings are so overwhelming, you need beautiful dialogues to complement that. And that is where I need to award the dialogue writers here. The dialogues are hefty and meaningful. And ऐसे dialogues हैं जो suddenly तुम्हें कई बार झटका देते हैं, which is beautiful. यार जब ये सब कुछ इतना overwhelming और beautiful था, there was one thing which could have matched that, that is the background score. The background score here is pretty underwhelming. मतलब काफी cliche type of background music. एंड ऊपर से साउंड एडिटिंग में देयर इज सम इशू, मतलब सडनली एक बैकग्राउंड स्कोर चल रहा होता है एंड व्हेन द सीन चेंजेस द बैकग्राउंड स्कोर सडनली चेंजेस एंड द स्विच फील्स काफी नोटिसेबल एंड अच्छा नहीं लगता. जस्ट एज आई मेंशन्ड अबाउट द सराउंडिंग्स, डू टेक गुड नोटिस ऑफ द कलर्स इन एनी सीन. Now there will be some kind of color coordination that you'll see in the dresses and stuff, and all of them signify the emotion of that particular scene, which is beautiful. So in the end, Kalank is actually a saga. It's an epic. Now, Abhishek Varman falls in love with what he's making, and luckily, his passion speaks 1,000 words on the screen as well. So I'm going with 3.5 out of 5 for Kalank. यार when तबाह हो गए came out, I really loved that song, but the way it's placed in the film, अलग लेवल का मजा आ गया.